Hey everybody, I'm back. Mr. Samuel was having some problems with getting on, so I'm going to go ahead and start the broadcast like we were doing. So I have invited Donald Baker with me, and I have invited also Mr. Kenneth Johnson. So let's go ahead and do this and let's try this again. So if you're out there and you're on Mr. Samuel's success team, I invite you to come on in and just answer if you have any questions for me, just go ahead and just let me know, and we will go from there trying to answer your questions today. So we're so thankful and we're so elated that we are here to answer your questions on having a nonprofit organization. Now, one of the first things he wanted me to address on here was, hold on, that he wanted me to address what are some of the things that I thought about to start your nonprofit. Now, some of the things that I suggest, find out what is in your heart, find out what is God is wanting you to do. Find out what your passion is. You know, some people like working with seniors, some people like working with children, some people like doing different things to benefit the community. So whatever it is that you like to do for is working with the community, just go ahead and do that. Like I said, I was starting with the nonprofit for my charter school. And what happened was we were not able to open because of COVID. And what happened is we also had the curriculum where we would be serving the community and serving our seniors and serving the families. So that's how we did it. So we just started doing that component, and then COVID hit. And it's a lot of people out there who have lost jobs. There are people out there who are suffering sickness, and there are people. We're here in Houston, Texas, that are having problems with the evictions here. We're having a lot of that here in Houston. So you have to kind of find out what is going on in your community and where the need is. Now, the first thing you want to do is check and see if your name is available. If God has given you a name, you want to find out what is the name that you want to do. Check with the IRS, check with the DBA, just check with whoever your particular place that you go to find. Now, when I go and I look up the name for DBA, doing business as, I went down to the courthouse in Houston. We have the place right there where you get like the birth certificates and all that. And they have a registry where they can look up the name. But since COVID has hit, what they do right now is you have to have an appointment to come in. You just can't go in as normal, what we normally would do. So you want to check on that. And then the next thing you want to do is find out what is it in your heart that you want to do. Now, if you don't want to work with seniors, then don't try and work with seniors. If you can't work with small children, don't try to work with small children because it's not going to work. You have to find out what is best for you. And he wanted me to talk a little about this book. Y'all, I'm sorry, my book all tore up and raggedy, but because that's what I do. I use my book, and don't talk about me because my book is all scratched up and all written up. Look at my book, y'all. Yes, I have used this book to the point where this book is just about tore up. Look at all that, y'all. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. Hey, Miss Jones, how you doing? And one of the things I wanted to discuss in there, and he wanted me to discuss, is what are some of the things that I do suggest when you have self-doubt. A lot of times, and I'm going to come right out of this book, The Richest Man in the Trash Can by Antonio T. Smith Jr. And as you can see, I wouldn't give you any information that I have not used myself. Now, what I use is I don't even have the pages because I got this book when it first came out. It's about the fear of criticism, and that comes with doubt. A lot of time people fear what everybody else is saying. That means if I say, Samuel, you're not going to be able to do that program to feed in your community. And you were like, oh, yeah, you're right. I'm not going to do that. Now, one of the symptoms of fear of criticism is self-consciousness. That means generally expressed through nervousness, conversation, awkward movement or hands and limbs, and shifting of the eyes. So you have to be confident in yourself and know without a shadow of a doubt, this is what you're supposed to be doing. You are helping your community. You are helping your seniors. You are helping your youth. Whatever program that you want to do, you can have in sex trafficking, abused children, daycare, whatever it is that you want to do, that's what we're saying. And another thing is the lack of pose, your personality. You must understand that no matter what anybody else says or what anybody does, that this is going to come to pass, and lack of initiative. And one thing I want to tell you, you just cannot sit and wait for somebody to come and give you the plan, give you the money, give all of this to you. What you have to do is go ahead and get it done. And the next thing they talk about lack of ambition. That could mean your laziness, slowness in decision, easily influenced by others, the habit of criticizing others. And they also talk about the fear of health in here. So if you don't have this book, The Richest Man in the Trash Can, I suggest you get it. Don't look at my book because my book is raggedy and it is tore up. Because you know why? I use my book, and this is how I started out. And I want to tell you, ATS Business University is fantastic. That's how I started out. And y'all can see how my book all scratched up and wrote up, because you know what? I use my book. And right now, I know that you can join for the freshman class right now at no cost to you. So my phone number and my information is there. And he wanted me to ask, how do you avoid self-doubt? Self-doubt is going to always come there because the enemy is going to always tell you that you can't do this, you're too old, you're never going to be able to do anything. So I suggest you go ahead and just do it. That's the thing I said. And how to switch your circles to achieve your mission. Sometimes if people are not supporting you, I suggest that you go ahead and you just do it. Don't worry about what everybody is saying. Don't worry about what everybody else is doing. If they're not supporting you, then you don't need to have them around. And the next thing he wanted me to leave with you guys is never give up on your visions and your dreams. Never give up. If it's in your heart, if it's in your vision, do it. The Bible says, write the vision and you make it plain. And that's what we do. We write the vision and we make it plain. And that means if you have to remind yourself every day, I'm going to do this. This is going to come to pass. I don't have the money. I don't have this. But first of all, stop saying what you don't have and speak into what you do have. So we will try to do this again. And Samuel, no, I will be more than happy to come back on. They were having technical difficulties. I went on and off, tried to come in, and they were having difficulty, but that's all right. You know, my phone number is there. You can contact me at 832-417-1696, or you see my email, businesswithladyhell@gmail.com. And if you have any questions and you want to ask me anything about a nonprofit, or how did we start, or what are some of the things I would suggest in you starting? And like I said, make sure you get this book, The Richest Man in the Trash Can. Don't worry about mine because mine is all tore up because I use it all the time. I've had this book for a very, very long time. And as you can see, the pages are rigid. The book is tore up because I use this book all the time. And it's written by Antonio T. Smith Jr., which is the CEO and the owner of ATS Business Network. And I tell you, it's a lot of great things in there. And if you want to know about the ATS Business Network, you want to know more please feel free to call me, or you can text me, or you can just go by the email and just let you know. But I want to let you know to go to my YouTube channel, Good Eats with Lady Hale Dinner Time. I want you to like, share, and subscribe to that. And you could be able to follow me in the community, follow what we're doing, and follow with what's going on. So thank you guys so much for joining. This was Mr. Samuel's White show. I guess he was having some kind of technical difficulties, but that's okay. I got it, the questions that he wanted me to ask. But if you need more information, please feel free to you can either call me or inbox me. And the quickest way to get in touch with me is to go ahead and text me. That's the quickest way. So thank you so, so much. Thank you.